Hello everyone. I am going to be making some fish fajitas. I made, as you've seen on my other video, I did make some tortillas, some spinach tortillas, and I showed you how to make that in the other video. And then I'm going to be making some fajitas, which I have my fish here, and I just have a small fillet of fish. And I keep that separate, and then I have what I'm going to be using for a crunchy lettuce, and then I have my ingredients, which is onions, bell peppers, the cilantro, lemon, limes, creminis, and a little bit of tomato. And I have my spices here. I even have some jalapeno liquids. Don't ever throw this out. This works really well for an acidic flavor if you want to add a little flavor to them. And I have my other spices, oregano, cumin, coriander, and a little bit of Cajun spice, salt, pepper, and some 21 seasoning. So I'm going to get started and show you how it is done. As soon as I set up this little camera so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Alrighty, I think that should work. Alright, that's a good one. So I'm going to turn on my cast iron skillet. Okay. And put on my fan, which doesn't work right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour some oil in that. Okay. That's my little coconut and almond oil that I found. I like it. Then I'm going to add my onions and bell peppers to that. Onions and bell peppers to that. Okay. And I add a little bit of salt so it'll caramelize the onions. In the meantime, I'm going to get my, oops, sorry. Well, I'm having accidents already. Okay, there you go. In the meantime, can you see that? Let me just stuff around. Okay. Yeah, I just flopped on that. Then in the meantime, get my fish. And this is a rock fish that I got. And what you want to do is first of all, you want to cook the you want to cook your veggies. You want to make sure they're nice and, just cooked and translucent. And that's just onions and bell peppers. I'll show you real quick. Onions and bell peppers. Okay. Cook there for a minute. Another cast iron, you can kind of speed up the cooking by placing that over on there. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and season up this is a kale mix that I got in a package. I wanted to do like a cabbage kind of, and so a cabbage kind of, but it's kale, which is going to complement the fish. I add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to add a little bit of oregano to that. Okay, about a nice teaspoon. And I added some pepper and a little bit of salt and some 21 seasoning in there. I already had added some, so I'm going to add some more. And then I'm going to add some lime to that. There it goes. My pan has a mind of its own. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my creminis. Be almost caramelized. Add my creminis to that. Yep. And to that I'm going to add my tomato. So if you have some diced tomatoes, which I thought I did, but I couldn't find them, some diced tomatoes would be really good. And if you want, you can break up some cilantro. Just break it up. Okay. Make sure you don't cross-contaminate your raw stuff that you're going to use with your fish. You want to cross-contaminate. Just kind of mix that up. And if you don't want cilantro in there, then don't use it. I like cilantro. I never did as a kid, so, and kids' palates are different than adults, but you'd be surprised. The cilantro that I used when I had it as a kid just did not taste good. Now, I can eat it by the handful raw. When you try that, and that's a nice bite to it. If you want to add some kimchi to that, you can. Beautiful colors. Nice, little colorful. I don't see this. Lower that. Add the fish. And I'm going to season that with a little bit of lime juice. And some pepper, some salt. I'm going to turn that up again. Some coriander. A little bit of coriander. A little bit of comino. And I love using this Cajun seasoning. Okay. And my tortillas already, they're ready. And then I'm going to go ahead and drizzle a little bit of jalapeno marinade in there. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. Let that cook. Alrighty then. Uh-oh. Just turned off on me. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over so it can heat up faster. Put my stuff up. I don't need this anymore. And I don't know what happened to my lid, so I'm going to look for it later. I got a gift. Saffron. It's pretty neat. You could put saffron in there if you'd like. Oh, there it is. There's my lid. Okay. Oops. I'm going to keep this out because I may want to add a little bit more Cajun seasoning. Just love that Cajun flavor. You want to make sure it's flaky. Clean off your countertop. Heat up your skillet. And get your plate out. Which do I want to use? White always goes well. And then what I do is I just flake it up. Flake out my fish. I have it on high heat because I want the liquids to evaporate quickly. Okay. Now wait till it evaporates. If there's any bones in there, of course you want to take them out. Rock cod always has bones, or rockfish. And usually I remove them before I put them in, because you don't want anybody to choke. That wouldn't be good. But I look very carefully and then make sure I don't see them. Yeah, best thing to do is feel for them before. But I've been cooking rockfish or rock cod for a while now, so I could spot them. Okay, while that's cooking, I usually get my my fish from local. I like getting my fish locally. Some of our fish comes from overseas, and sometimes, but if I can get a good farm fish from the United States, I will get that, or local. I like more of Pacific fish. I like the flavor, but then I've had fish, I've had fish from Atlantic Ocean, and it was a much sweeter fish, which is more delicious, and it's yummy. Kudos to those who are in those states that are up north, because they can have the best lobster and crabs, and just the fish and the crustaceans are much sweeter. But I love my my salmon from the Pacific. I like my fish to come from the Pacific as much as possible. So that's just me. So it's up to you what your flavor or where you're at. And that's what I use. Okay, so that's getting ready. So I don't want it to, you know, lose all of its liquids is enough. And I'm going to try that. Make sure. Oh, that's not that. Oh yeah. Delicious. Got a little nice bite to it. Alright. So, what I'm going to do, go ahead and get a tortilla. Nice flour tortilla. And heat it up. So good. If you want to add, usually rule of thumb, don't add any well, see, I don't even have to add any more of that, so it's really flavorful. Rule of thumb is that we don't add cheese to fish, but I think that rule needs to be broken. I don't know who thought of that rule, but I mean, if you think about it, oysters, Rockefeller, and other foods that are use creams, like bisque, lobster bisque use cream, and all those other fancy, they use cheese, but I'm not going to this time. But there's a lot of creaminess in this fish. So basically, I just take my fish like that. Okay. Add my, so it's already creamy flavored. Add my kale salad on top, and if you want to, you can add a little bit of kimchi to that. Give it a little bit more of a flavor, and then a texture, and just a little. You don't need a lot. And there you have it. A nice, beautiful, delicious. I didn't even need any of this other stuff. So you have a nice soft taco, fish tacos, fajitas. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.